Okay, so we're in the basement here, and at one point there was a wood burning furnace in the basement, and this is where the chimney went out for the furnace that was in the basement. And then there was also a wood burning fireplace, and this is where the clean out was for that. And you can kind of see all the way up there, that thing in the middle is a roll of insulation that's 10 feet long. We'll get to that in a second. And then if you look all the way up where the green drywall board is, that I just insulated, and I'll get to that once I get up in this hole here, but gives you an idea where we're starting here in the basement. So what you're looking at there is the west outside wall of the house, and then in here, this is a built-in cabinet alongside the fireplace. That's a built-in cabinet in Thomas's room. This is just Thomas's wall, inside wall. Be looking east towards the front door. This is above the fireplace. This here is the firebox. The whole reason I took the chimney out, it was leaking. It wasn't sealed tight, so we were getting a lot of draft coming through the firebox into our gas insert fireplace, which is not a sealed unit. So I took that out, re-insulated. Thought I had everything insulated here, but turns out it wasn't insulated so well on the other side here, and that's why I put all this drywall. The drywall is just to hold the insulation up and in place, so it's pretty airtight now. And then to seal off the firebox, I took some rigid foam. I believe it's about 3 inches of rigid foam. I cut it in a circle, stacked it in there, or the dampers first, then the 2 pieces of insulation to get this flush, caulked around that seam, and then put this plastic, I think it's 10 mil plastic over the top, and used a bunch of hose clamps and attached that all the way around. So that took care of the cold draft you could feel coming through the firebox. There's no cold air at all, and I can't imagine there'd be any cold air in this space. And during the summer you could smell like hot attic air. Now after I crawled up in this hole, I realized that. There's a couple things you realize when you're doing a project like this. 1, why am I doing this? 2, I gotta do this now before I get any bigger, because that hole is not very big to get through. You have to put at least 1 arm above your head, or at least I do, to be able to fit through there. And 3, I just hope it was all worth it. So I'm going to shut it down here, and then I'm going to insulate with this R19 insulation. I'm going to run that across the top of where I'm standing and over top of these cabinets to cut out any further draft, and I'll catch you on the outside. So this is what the hole looks like now. This is looking up from the basement. That's that hole closed off. So what I did, finish it out in between. If you go up above the subfloor here, there's actually another floor in there because the fireplace is set off the main floor. So I got a roll of R19 across the top of this as well. So hopefully that'll help as well. And that completes this project. Okay, here's the gas insert fireplace. So when I came up, is from the basement, I came up in between the wood box and then the actual firebox. Came up in here, so that's built in quite a ways. And I'd be standing up in here. This is that built-in cabinet. I had the insulation set up on here, that roll. So I insulated the attic, put a layer of sheetrock, and then before I left this little area, I put that R19 all the way across here, and then it came down over top of the firebox all the way down. It's like a 10-foot piece to this corner here, so that should keep any draft. And then up in here, where that damper is, where I've covered that with foam and plastic. And then what I did with the fireplace, I wanted to replace it, but they were talking like thousands of dollars to put in a sealed gas unit. So I went to a retail store and found this set of electric logs, and I took the glass out of the gas insert and put these in. And I'm not going to tell you what I paid for them, but just to let you know, they are imported all the way from China. So, and that's what it is. They don't produce any heat. All they give is light, and it saved me a few $1,000s.